Isn't it wild how basically every human civilization ever has been patriarchal? And as far as I can tell, like the literal only reasons for it are A, men are beefier, and B, men don't get taken out of the fight for a few months when we get pregnant, because we don't get pregnant unless we're trans men. But I'm talking about cis people right now. But isn't that it, right? Like, because early on in like tribal or like pre-modern societies, physical strength is pretty much like a huge deal when it comes to political subversion, right? I mean, back when a club was the highest technology humanity had, that actually makes a pretty colossal difference in terms of which groups have power and which groups don't, right? And then even like up until like I mean, up until the invention and wide accessibility of firearms, that difference has pretty much remained the same. But you don't have guns on you all the time either. Like even today, we have problems with that, with the physical differences in strength between cis men and cis women. You know, it's the reason why cis men feel comfortable like visiting women's houses to fuck them, but cis women like might not feel comfortable doing that without meeting in public first. You know, because even like as much as we've evolved and advanced, at the end of the day, your average woman would get fucking decimated in a fight with your average guy. It actually really sucks. It feels like it's a natural inequality that's always going to cause problems. I wonder if one day we could like human genome experiment people so that cis men and cis women, or like males and females, or whatever the fuck we have in the future, are roughly equal in physical strength. I think that'd be cool, you know? I'm not saying they have to look the same or whatever. I'm just saying that, like, I don't know. Well, you know what we need to do? Give females chimpanzee muscles. You know how, like, chimps are way stronger per pound of muscle because they go full chimp mode? Just have males have regular human muscles and give females the exact same body but with chimp muscles. That would fix all the problems right there, okay? Yeah, this is the Joe Rogan solution right there. Yeah. Female chimps would destroy male bodybuilders? Fuck yeah, we might be overcorrecting. They might be way the fuck stronger than us, yeah. Um, yeah. But how cool would that be, huh? I mean, it just seems like it fixed a lot of issues, right? I'm not sure I've ever seen a ripped chimp. Chimps are hold on. How strong are chimps? Up next is the Charlie Kirk segment, don't worry. Chimpanzees are 1.5 times as strong as humans on pulling and jumping tasks. What the fuck? And chimps are smaller. Like they're how much does a chimp weigh? Like 100 pounds. Can you imagine meeting 100-pound human that would significantly outstrength like an adult male, like a large adult male? That's fucked up. Their muscles are so much stronger than us. What the fuck? Google hairless chimp. Yeah, they're shredded as fuck. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, like this is just what they're like, dude. Yeah, sorry about the chimp balls, whatever. This is just what they're like. Oh, wait, I'm not even. Sorry, I didn't have the thing up. Yeah, there we go. This is just what they look like. What the fuck? This dude doesn't even exercise. He just sits in a giant cage and eats grass or whatever. But that's just what he looks like. A human having a body this muscular proportionally would require like a lifetime of dedication and like steroids. But chimpanzees are just like this by default, you know? And this little dude over here is only about 100 pounds. He's like small, you know? Absolutely fucked up. Just wild, really. Chimpanzees have a lot of muscles specialized for their movements, but oh, sorry. Humans have a lot of muscles specialized for fine movement, but chimps have faster, stronger muscles. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, for instance, have you guys noticed that cats are really, really strong for their size, but they're, like, not very accurate when it comes to pawing at stuff? They're very dexterous when it comes to moving around, but when it comes to bapping stuff with their paw, they're, like, laughably inaccurate with it, you know? They don't have the muscles. Like, in terms of fine movements, I think we have basically the best muscles on the planet. Nothing comes close to our hands. Our hands have, like, our hands have like dexterous abilities that outpace essentially anything else on Earth. But in terms of raw strength, relative to their size, cats are stronger than humans are, right? Like a 14-pound human, I'm pretty sure is weaker than a 14-pound cat, right? You know what I mean, right? Like proportionally, yeah. Humans who live in the bush are pretty naturally strong compared to us too. True, but they wouldn't fight like a gorilla. A 14-pound human like baby or whatever. I don't know. It'd be like a what, 6-month old? God damn, dude. God damn. Look at these guys. The crazy thing is, it's human muscles, you know? I know that all mammals have basically the same muscular and skeletal structure, but it's so like looking at them, it's like this is literally like a human arm. All the muscles are the same. The bicep, tricep, deltoid, right here where the collarbone connects, the forearm muscles connecting to that space between the tricep and the like all of their muscles are exactly the same as ours. They're not proportioned the same, but still. They even fucking look like us. It's crazy, dude. If you receded the brow line and then their, what is it called? Their muzzle? Their snout? I don't know. Push that in and then made the nose longer. It would basically just be a human. I know we're all primates. It's just fucked up how close they are to us, you know? Did you know that gorillas suck at throwing things? We have a definitive advantage in throwing sticks, stones, etc. I thought they were really good at throwing poop. I thought they were powerful poop throwers, you know? Very good at that. God damn, dude. Are there, wait, can I find like hairless gorilla? We need to find the here, silverback. We don't need hairless because gorillas don't really have hair on their chests, right? So silverback gorilla muscle. Here we go. Yeah, shit like this, dude. This is so beyond fucked up. Wait, let me try and find a really good picture here, okay? I think gorillas are my dad's favorite animal. Whenever we went to the zoo, he would just stare at the gorillas. I respect that. I respect the fuck out of that. That's good. Here we go. This guy's 400 pounds, okay? This guy, if this guy swiped his arm, he would just leave like a large horizontal hole in your body. There would just be a part of you that would disappear, you know? Holy shit. They're so fucking strong, dude. Yeah, tiny dicks though, so, you know. Yeah, we have huge dicks compared to them. But yeah, they are so strong and so smart looking too, you know? If you go to the zoo, like they'll like interact with humans, and if you drop shit in there, they'll like play with it, yeah. Remember that one gorilla they taught sign language when it was capable of deceit? Yeah, that was pretty sick. You know what they could never do though? Coco, the gorilla that was taught sign language. Oh, that was a lie? Oh, sorry, that was a lie. I heard that the Coco, the person who like trained with them was a little too charitable. Wait, wasn't there a gorilla who could do sign language, but they never ever asked a question? Like they would answer very basic questions sometimes, but they would never ask questions or like directly engage. Only talk about food? Based. Based. Me too. She became very emotionally invested in her work. It happens, but we have to be careful. Kanzi was another known for communicating. This is a good video on primate sign language. Is it really? Why Coco couldn't talk. Oh, this is a 50-minute video. I might have to look at that one on my own time. Sorry. There we go. Gorilla pilled. Very good. All the animals we've taught human language don't understand syntax and grammar. They just brute force symbols to get results. I know that we've done experiments with dogs too, right? Have you guys seen that person on TikTok who has the that big language pad, and when the dog wants something, they will construct like basic thoughts by pressing their paw against these buttons that talk it out loud, you know? Um as far as I can tell, that's sincere. The dog's called Bunny, yeah. Like if the dog wants a walk, they'll say like want, walk, or something like that, you know? And that's pretty amazing. But it's difficult to tell how much of that is rote memorization and how much of that is actually understanding language, right? Because if it's rote memorization, the dog just knows that when it presses this button and then this button, you get a walk. I mean, you could theoretically teach smart like reptiles that, you know? There's a difference between that and understanding how to synthesize new information. There's a big difference between conditioning and learning. Um, Big stuff like that. It was understood gorillas don't understand that you can know info they don't. Yeah, they don't have a theory of mind. It's like very young humans don't either. They don't have theory of mind. The knowledge that other things have different brain states than you do, you know? I've talked about this before, but theory of mind is like there's an experiment or like a study, or not a study, I guess. It's a question, but imagine that you have a child, okay? And the child is told of a scenario, all right? There are two people in a room. Let's say Bob and Sally, okay? And Bob has a cake, and Bob puts the cake in a dresser, right? Sally leaves the room, okay? When Sally's out of the room, Bob removes the cake from the dresser and hides it under the bed, okay? And then Bob leaves. Sally returns later. Then you ask the child, where should Sally look? I'm sorry, not where should. Where will Sally look for the cake? Okay? Now, somebody our age will say, Sally will look in the dresser because that's where Sally last saw the cake being placed. But a very young child will say Sally will look under the bed because a young child doesn't understand that different people can have different brain states, different access to information that they do. They think their knowledge is Sally's knowledge. But when you get older, you realize that's not the case. And a lot of other animals don't have theories of mind. I don't know if it's been proven that any other animals have theories of mind. It might have been, but elephants have been shown to distinguish. Maybe, maybe. Oh, birds could. Sometimes there are animals that demonstrate behavior that indicates they have a theory of mind, but it might not be that they have theory of mind. It might just be that they've evolved behavior that implies a theory of mind. So here's an example, okay? Squirrels will sometimes pretend to hide food if they think they're being watched. So if they have like nuts they want to hide, they'll dig, pretend to hide the nuts, and then run off. And then they'll hide them somewhere else because they're being watched, you know? So they want to sort of fool the people watching them. But here's the question. Is that real theory of mind, or is that just them evolving a reflexive behavior that has been evolutionarily advantageous to preserve food stores from other competitors? It might not be something they think about. It could just be they evolved to do that. When being watched, dig fake holes, then run. They don't think about it. They don't think of another brain state. They just do it, you know? Octopuses are supposed to be very smart, yeah. Yeah, rabbits are smart. Yeah, for sure, for sure. 100%, yeah. Couldn't you make the same argument for us, lol? No, because in our case, we can synthesize new examples of this information. Our understanding of theory of mind isn't just repeating some rote scenarios that are evolutionarily advantageous. We have an entire synthesization ability. We can talk about it, iterate, evolve, learn, extrapolate new information. That's what makes us special, and that's what makes us, well, smarter than most other animals. Many animals can be taught things, but we're capable of self-learning in ways that other animals aren't. Some animals, like crows, are really good at it, mind you, but compared to us, we're definitely in a new tier of our own. We have the ability to construct and remember hypotheticals, you know? We have the ability to work off information and synthesize new info because of it. We don't just acknowledge what's going on in our environment. Inference is a huge part of what makes us intelligent. Well, some of us do. Yes, true. Some of us are capable of inference. Maybe not all. Here's a crow that understands water displacement. I know this video. I love this video. Crows are very, very smart. Crows are smarter than cats. Well, intelligence is very highly compartmentalized, you know? So intelligence is sort of a product of many different things. But here's something that we're very bad at. Short-term memory. There's a Vsauce video on this. I think it's part of the Minefield videos. Chimpanzees beat us out in short-term memory easily. Our short-term memory is abysmal compared to many other animals. Also, birds can memorize the flight patterns that cover thousands and thousands of miles. Humans could not do that, certainly not at the level of intelligence that those birds seem to have. Right, the cognitive trade-off hypothesis. Now, the real question is, how much can we really improve on that, you know? When we talk about making human beings smarter, we usually talk about making human beings better at the processes that we already are good at doing as a species. You know what I mean? So a smart human being is a human who's even better at inferring, even better at synthesizing new information, you know, even better at memorizing things. But if you look at the types of memories and the types of information that other animals have access to, the types of stuff they can do, they have skills that are like crazy compared to us. You know what I mean? When it comes to superhumanly fast short-term memory, to long-term memory, like elephants or whatever, to directional skills, these are things that other animals can do that just blow us out of the water. So here's the thing. Is it possible for us to have the best of both worlds? Say we're transhumanist. We can do whatever we want. We can fix, reshape humans. Can we get the best of all, right? Could we have the eyesight of a peregrine falcon? Could we do that without losing anything else? I'm really asking. Our eyesight is abysmal compared to many birds of prey. Is it possible for us to have that without losing something else, without external technology? I'm talking about a born human being without any trade off to just add to our ability. Because keep in mind, evolution does not select for the best abilities, it just selects for whatever allows you to reproduce. It would use more energy? Sure. But we can fix that. We have the ability to eat more now. So let's say we consume 50% more than what human beings have evolved to normally consume. What could we do then? Could we have chimp-level muscles? Most of the calories that we burn are used in our brain. Big machine up here. We're better at short-distance eyesight compared to them. Could we have both? Is it possible to genetically synthesize eyeballs the size of human eyeballs, which connect to human brains, that have significantly improved long-distance sight without lessening our short-distance sight, while maintaining everything about what we are, just an improved human? Maybe. You could probably make little changes, right? Like, at least little ones. But how big of a change could you really get to? What about short-term memories, huh? Chimpanzees can do it. Maybe we developed language and they have that, but are there ways to more efficiently structure our brain, select and prioritize for better types of information processing without losing anything else? Or could we lose things that don't help us? How much of our brain right now that is active is contributing meaningfully to the sensory and interpretive abilities of humans that live today? We have vestigial organs. Is it possible that there are parts of our brain that we use, but maybe only like we need 10% of it fulfilling that function and the other 90% not so much? Right? Like, imagine there's a little bit of our brain that processes vision, and somehow you could chip it apart and figure out exactly how it worked. And it turns out you could make a more efficient part of the brain that does exactly that same thing. You could do that exact function with no trade-offs with 10% of the volume of that brain. So what does the other 90% get to be? Maybe you could build out that other 90% to make us have better vision or process information faster, right? Just because we use all of our brain doesn't mean that all of our brain is laid out the most efficiently, right? Technically, suburbs use 100% of the land they're on, but suburbs also have very low population density. Maybe you could bulldoze the suburbs and replace them with high density, housing and apartments. Same amount of land, much better use of it. A lot more people, a lot more thinking. And maybe that'll require a lot more food to eat, but we can do that. Maybe. Possibly. It's just something that I think about. Sorry. I like to believe it's possible for us to supersede some evolutionary barriers. Could we ethically research this? The pragmatics of this are another question entirely, okay? Don't worry about it, okay? Look, we're just talking about stuff right now. That's all.